How's it going, everybody? Can you hear me? How's it going? I'm a little late. I'm trying to be on time. How's it going? Just want to go over a few things tonight. It's going to be a quick one. I say that though. I say, oh, it's going to be 20 minutes. Next thing you know, I start rambling. It's an hour later. I just want to go over a few cops that I think need a closer looking at. But before we do that, I just got sent a video from, it looks like it's in the Southwest Division. Let me pull this up. This is on TikTok. Just want to play this real quick and gather some thoughts on it.
It's so fucking freaky.
So it seems like these kids were stopped. They were on their scooter. They were on their scooter. They got stopped by the cops, had guns pulled on them, accused of having guns. And it didn't seem like they got a clear explanation about what happened. Let me play it real quick. Tell me if you can hear it.
Guys, we just got detained because they thought we had guns on us. All these cops are here. It was so fucking freaky. They stopped us on our scooters and then detained us on the side of the road. What the fuck? Like, all of these cops guys just pulled us over on the side and arrested us and fucking threatened us that we had guns on us. This is not okay. This is fucking so fucking freaky. They literally, Drew, what just happened? Bro,
no fucking idea.
We just got detained by 10 cops. They put us on the fucking sidewalk, threatened us of having guns. And then the fucking lady, I told her, I was like, bro, I'm freaked out. She's like, you shouldn't be fucking freaked out. You should be lucky I didn't come out in the fucking car. And you know what I mean? With my gun out and pointed at you guys. She's like, you're a Latino male on the streets. You have a gun. What the? Drew, wait. Drew fucking freaked me out.
Oh my god, literally there's like 6 fucking cars.
That was so fucking scary, bro. Bro, the way they stopped us on the street. Oh, yeah, that was so scary. Like, that lady fucking like profiled us. She's like, you're lucky to come out. You're two Hispanic men with black hoodies. Like, I don't mean to be dramatic right now, but I'm fucking freaking out. Oh, that was freaky.
That was a lot.
Oh my god. All those cops at us. That was fucking freaky.
I want to find out. Where this happened at exactly. There's some signs. If you look at the police car on the trunk, right there, it looks like it has an 03.
On the side and arrested us.
Looks like an 03. And 03 stands for, that's Southwest Division. So, you know, somewhere in South Central. Somebody knows where that area is, or if you know these people, these guys, these kids, you know, put me in contact with them. I'm curious to find out about what happened there, what led to that point. See if they need any advice, see if they got the cops' names, serial numbers, badge numbers, whatever. Try to get some information on it because, you know, it's a pretty traumatic scene. What happened right there. Anyway, so I want to talk about a few cops tonight. One of these cops, I had received a message not too long after Christmas. I think it was right before New Year's, that a cop was involved in a DWI accident and killed somebody, driving drunk and killed somebody, possibly. And it looked like it happened on Christmas Eve. And it possibly may have been when he was leaving from a Christmas party. Don't know for sure. If not that, it also aligns up with him graduating from a P1 to P2. So he was a rookie cop. This is a rookie who was just about to become, not a rookie, a regular police officer. And, you know, he got in an accident. So I heard rumors of that. I was trying to confirm it. I posted it on Twitter asking around, and I was looking around. I was looking through the court documents in LA City, and I couldn't find anything. And then not long after that, the LA Times, let me pull this up. Not long after that, the LA Times did an article about this guy. Let me pull it up. While I'm talking about this, have an exciting announcement on my other channel, on my Scientology audit channel. Each week, I am going to be having a discussion with this awesome person. Her name is Audit LA. Those that know. You follow my police stuff, you probably know her. She's in every LAPD commission meeting giving a comment. And each weekend, I'm going to have a discussion with her because she does a lot of stuff behind the scenes. Not just LAPD related, but just citywide. And I want to sit down and talk with her, talk about the things that she's working on, all the new initiatives, all the CPRAs that she's doing. She's always gathering new documents. She's putting pressure on the Church of Scientology and the LAPD behind the scenes in ways that people don't even realize. I think she's an important voice on all things, honestly, just citywide, right? When it comes to this politics citywide, this is somebody who is very engaged and relentless. And we often joke when we talk with each other that we do like a good cop, bad cop thing, because I can be a little rough and gruff, and she does things with a smile on her face. She's the type of person that she's gonna roll up. That she is going to intellectually just stab you. It's gonna happen, and she knows she's gonna do it to you. And as she comes up, she's gonna have a smile on her face, and you're gonna be smiling, and it's gonna happen. And then she's gonna gut you, and then at the end, you're gonna end up saying thank you, because she's just that good. She's got that type of personality. So I look forward to doing that weekly show. It'll be on my Scientology channel, Scientology Audit, Streets LA channel, and we'll sit down each weekend for an hour or so and discuss all her initiatives, things that she's working on behind the scenes, because I think the stuff that she's doing behind the scenes is deeply important. I think it's highly effective, and nobody knows about it. And I think that pulling the resources together, galvanizing people behind these efforts that she's doing, where if she just had more people helping her out with it, she would, let's put it this way, the Church of Scientology and the LAPD hope that you don't know anything about that. Don't help her out. They know how effective she is. So I'll be posting something in the next couple of days, and it won't necessarily be a set time. Maybe it will, but each weekend we'll have that discussion. All right, so getting back to this cop, right? So I had heard about this cop having an accident. A rookie cop supposedly killed a bicyclist at that, a bicyclist. And about a week later, the story came out. I believe that Lex from LA Taco actually reached out to the LAPD trying to see if they would confirm that there was an accident involving an LAPD officer driving drunk that led to a fatality, and they did not confirm anything. And then the next day the story came out. It's just funny how that works. Anyway, it says a rookie LAPD officer was arrested on suspicion of driving under the influence after a bicyclist was struck and killed. Hold on a second here. I'm not even showing you guys the right screen. Let me show you the screen. Rookie LAPD officer was arrested. Let's change that size up a little bit. There we go. Rookie LAPD officer was arrested on suspicion of driving under the influence after a bicyclist was struck and killed on Christmas Eve in Ontario. Aaron Kleibacher, 39. That's just crazy. Kleibacher, 39. That's a rookie, 39-year-old rookie. This is how low. They're so desperate to just recruit people. They got 39-year-old rookies. I mean, I'm just wondering what the path was in his life that led him to the point where, because cops rarely is this their first choice. I'll tell you, I know I planned on doing something else and I just kind of ended up here. I just want to know what his path was to end up as a rookie at 39 years old. Anyway, so he was driving south on Bonneview Avenue when his vehicle hit a bicyclist on December 24th, 7:37 p.m., December 24th. That's Christmas Eve. He initially fled the scene, right? But then came back because he underwent a sobriety test and was found to be above the legal limit, according to him. So this guy was driving drunk. This cop was driving drunk. And I'm going to tell you, this is so common, right? Believe it or not, cop gets arrested for driving drunk. He doesn't lose his job because it's a misdemeanor. It takes 3 times before it becomes a felony. And from what my understanding is, they actually changed that law back in the day to try to protect cops because cops just always having these DUIs. So this guy is driving drunk, Christmas Eve, kills somebody, a cyclist, of course. From my understanding, there are more traffic fatalities each year than there are murders. You would think that we would try to prioritize fixing that problem, but we don't really focus too much on traffic safety. Anyway, so Kleibacher, he initially fled the scene and came back. And he got arrested, right? I love how they say, I feel bad when a cyclist is getting killed. But anyway, so this cop right here, let me pull up his picture. Where is this at? There he is. There he is. So this is him. And it seems like he took this picture, he was a Rampart cop. So this was posted, on here, the exact date. When I was looking at it, I believe it was almost like exactly a year ago, and it said here he just graduated from the academy. A year later, he's killing somebody, and he got arrested. And like I said, if he didn't kill somebody, if he just got arrested for DUI, the cop would keep his job. LAPD they always put out these tweets about how, make sure you don't drive drunk. And you know what? You shouldn't drive drunk. I think it's an incredibly selfish thing to do. I've seen so many crazy accidents from people driving drunk. But these cops, the LAPD especially, they have a problem with this. I would imagine that they have more drunk driving incidents than the population as a whole. So yeah, this guy, his name is Officer Kleibacher, and he killed somebody. This is one of the killer cops that we're going to talk about. One that we have to talk about. Yeah, so back to the other one, that TikTok. If you guys know who those kids are, if you know how to reach out to them, I'm curious. I want to find out what their story was, find out who the cops were that were involved. Then honestly, I'll try to find out the exact time that this happened, go back and listen to the radio. It's it's all archived. Find the incident where this occurred, hear what they were talking about on the radio, seeing if Was it a call of kids riding around on scooters shooting guns, or was this a thing where cops just decided to profile them as young men riding around? I don't know, but I'm curious to find out what that was and what happened there. Somebody just sent me a message about it, so I am curious. Anybody have any questions? While we're here too, before I get into this other cop, let's talk about something that I don't talk positive about the cops very often, do I? Right? So let's tell you something positive. And it just happened a little while ago. I was out going to get a smoothie, and I got caught up at a police stop. And as I came walking up, they were pulling a guy and his girlfriend out of the car. Usually that happens. That's automatic handcuffing right there, but they didn't handcuff him, which was surprising. I couldn't understand why they didn't. They pulled him out of the car. They didn't handcuff him, and it was clear what they were doing. There was an open bottle of alcohol in the car that was visible. I'm going to assume it was the passenger who had the alcohol. They pulled them both out of their car, did a sobriety test, put the alcohol in the trunk, and let them go. No ticket. And I gotta tell you something, guys. This was on Hollywood and Ivar. This was like the belly of the beast when it comes to pretextual stops over the years. And to see that happen was surprising, right? I've seen a ton of people handcuffed over that. Let me pull it up. What do you think about that weekly interview with Audit LA? It's going to be dope, right? Let's watch this for a second. Yeah, let me tell you something. So I actually walked up the street from the front of the police car, and my thing is, that's the way I like to approach. I don't like approaching. That's not the way I like to approach. I like to approach from the back of the police, only because people don't necessarily want a camera right up in their face. I always try to come from the back. So instead I walked up from the front and then turned around before I started filming, just to show some discretion. Not everybody wants to be on video. And so, yeah. Of course, I had to see what my guys across the street were doing over at the Scientology place. Just a second.
You're messing up my schedule. God damn it.
All right. I didn't get prepared for the show because I got caught up here.
I was trying to rush over here, get a smoothie real quick before I do my live, and then next thing you know, I'm caught up in this. I don't want to put the camera right in his face. They checking him for under the influence. Notice they don't have him in cuffs, boy. It's funny how that works. Normally they'd have him in cuffs, but all of a sudden there was a camera there, and I was like, okay, let's just change up how we're going to do this. At the end of the day, it looks like an empty or an open container of alcohol. Handcuffing them.
So he's not even handcuffed.
And that's rare.
That's rare.
99% of the time they're handcuffed always, right?
A lot of my camera's been trashed, but I was picked up and thrown together my camera.
Why?
I've been recording stuff like this for years.
Yeah.
I'm glad you
Well,
did. I was so
you know how it used to be out here? You could look up and down the block and see 5 police stops happening at one time. Now it's
about to pick up again.
Yeah.
An officer is not cold. Short sleeves.
Yeah.
Thank you for recording it.
Yeah, no worries.
Officer discretion appreciated. Officer discretion.
I agree. Can't complain about anything they did right there. They didn't give me.
I don't have a complaint on that.
They didn't even give a ticket. Nothing. So. All right. You have a good night.
You as well. Thank you very
So that's a key thing right there, is that the cops showed discretion, right? They didn't have to handcuff him. I mean, listen, there was a camera in the face. You know, you're going to act a little differently when you have a camera in your face. But still, you know, they could have handcuffed him and put him through the whole thing, gone through their car and do a full search and all that. They chose not to. So good job, guys. On the rare occasion, I'll call it like it is sometimes, or when all the time. I will call it like it is all the time. I don't think that there are a ton of occasions when cops have warranted praise, but they showed lots of discretion that in years past, I'm going to tell you this now, I filmed on this street right here in that area, up and down that strip, 2,000 stops, 3,000. I couldn't even tell you. I know in the first year I've cop watched, I filmed over 1,000 right there. 995 led to handcuffing and searching of the car, just no matter what. Now you see what happens. Now, again, if there wasn't a camera in their face right there, would it have been different? Possibly. But I'm going to give them the benefit of the doubt on this one and say, you know what, good job, cops. These same cops, I've written them up. I've written that guy up maybe 3-4 months ago. I can't remember what it was over, but I wrote his ass up. So, you know, I write him up when he does something wrong. If you do something right, you know, good for you. Credit for you. All right. Now I want to talk about a creepy cop. And quite honestly, this guy sounds like he committed a bunch of crimes. I want to show you guys his website. I will post this link in the chat coming up at some point. Talked about this before. The LAPD releases documents, public request documents, through this website, a portal called Next Request. Any request that you put in through the LAPD, you put in through there, or you can send an email to them or whatever. But they always release those documents through the Next Request portal. And what we have found is they release them there and all the documents are stored there, but every once in a while they have a way of retracting documents, pulling them back, rosters just disappear and stuff. And so what my guy, and if you guys follow him on Twitter, you know who I'm talking about. If you, for those who don't know him, his name is Who's That Cop on Twitter. Let me pull it up. So they do amazing work. Let me add that. Share screen. This account right here. You guys should follow that account. They do incredible work. One of the great things, great resource that they have is they took all the documents that are on the portals, all the SB 1421 documents or any documents that are on the portal, grabbed the thousands upon thousands of documents and then put them into Google Pinpoint, the Journalist Studio. Go right here and click on this. They have it pinned. Their pinned tweet has a link. Click on that, right? And then come over here and click on their documents. And you can go through, this is why I spend a lot of time, through their SB 1421 disciplinary documents, right? And what's nice about it is these documents, when you look at them, right, they're PDFs. All right, so this is a newer document, but some of them are just like, you know, straight up pictures. And this is all, you can come in here and search for any cop's name, find out if they've had a police shooting, whether it's in policy or out of policy, acts of sexual misconduct, lying or dishonesty, discrimination, illegal searches. Come in here, you type in a cop's name, and you can find out about them. As far pertaining to documents that have already been released. Now, there's a larger fight that we're doing behind the scenes. I've talked about this before. We'll talk about it again. SB 1421 changed the law in California when it comes to officer personnel files. Under the law, I think it's like PC 832.7 or 832.5. I can't think of which one it is. Officer profiles are private. You cannot access an officer's personnel records at all. SB 1421 came into effect in 2019, changed that and said, no, you can actually, if there's sustained complaints for lying and dishonesty, sexual assault, illegal search, discrimination, or any deadly use of force, you can get those documents. And so they've been releasing some of them. I would say like 3% of all the documents, maybe 5% of all the documents that they should be releasing. It's a very slow process, they say. They have, I believe, 4 people handling CPRAs now in risk management. And, at the end of the day, we request a lot of documents. We requested all SB 1421 related documents related to every officer in the LAPD. They're going to keep on delaying that. That's going to take years to get done. I CPRA'd the SB 1421 documents just related to one division, a small division, the Community Safety Partnership Bureau, which is like 100 cops. I filed that CPRA in March of 2023. Or was it 2022? I think March of 2022, I filed that CPRA. And to this day, they are slowly giving me documents related to those 100 cops. We have 8,750. I want all the disciplinary records, SB 1421 related, submitted to, or provided to the public, so I can start building out all these officer profiles that I have on my website, and that Who's That Cop has built with this website that he has right here. Let me show you. Pinpoint. So you come in here, you click on that link, come over here and say, you type in a cop's name, and it'll take you through all of the documents to see if that officer shows up. There's one specific cop. I gotta make sure I spell his name. His name is Paul Rumor. This sick cop. The guy's a sick cop, guys. You want to see a sick cop? So here he is. Pull up his documents, and here's his internal affairs file. Now let's go through this, right? I will say this: he's no longer a cop. He should probably be in jail. His name is Paul Rumor. Worked in the North Hollywood division. I've been trying to find a picture of this cop. I can't find a picture of him anywhere. He resigned or retired back in 2010. But this guy is a straight up predator. Like, this guy belongs in jail. So it says here, let's just go through some of the preliminary investigative stuff. So on March 11, 2008, 12:30 hours, anonymous complaint called Office of Lieutenant Paul Vernon, Central area, following an incident. The complainant alleged that Officer Rumor, while on duty, stops women and asks for phone numbers to start a relationship. Among those stopped and solicited are prostitutes and drug users. According to the complainant, Officer Rumor, who bragged about doing this many times, likes to watch drug users shoot up and masturbate. What? According to the complainant, Officer Rumor uses department databases, NECS, DMV, etc., to find out where the prostitutes and drug dealers live. In addition, the complainant alleges that Officer Rumor participates in chat rooms and instant messages with underage girls. Rumor uses following screen names in the chat rooms and instant messages, and I wasn't able to. They redacted the names. I'd love to know those names that he was using. I would love to see that. So let's go into this. Let's look at the actual allegations. Right? He likes to watch them shoot up. And allegation 1: an anonymous complainant alleged that on or before January 15, 2009, Officer Rumor, on and or off duty, inappropriately and knowingly possessed photographic images which depicted individuals of a youthful appearance, possibly minors, in various stages of undressed and engaged in what appears to be of a sexual nature. Allegation 2, more pictures. Allegation 3, while on or off duty, used the email account and knowingly solicited and agreed to engage in an act of pandering when he communicated with a user via the internet who portrayed themselves as being a 14-year-old minor. Nice. This guy is a real creep. Officer Rumor. Allegation 4, knowingly solicited and agreed to engage in an act of prostitution when he communicated with a user via the internet. Allegation 5, inappropriately engaged in a sex act with a 14-year-old minor. Oh, he did it. Inappropriately engaged in a sexual act with a 14-year-old minor. Officer Rumor. Allegation 6, inappropriately posted a sexual explicit message on minor redacted name when he wrote, "She is wondering if she should tell him the condom broke." What the fuck is... Allegation 7, posted a message on minor something's profile when he said, "Do you think she is hot? I do. She loves to..." You guys can read it right there. I'm not reading it. I'm not reading it out loud. I guess he sent another kid a message. "You are so sexy and dateable. I bet you aren't wearing panties." You guys can read this stuff yourself. I'm not even going to read. Oh, here's one. Allegation 11. Solicited and attempted to meet and call an FBI agent who portrayed themselves as a 13-year-old. So FBI is involved. The FBI agent is undercover. And he's trying to pick up the FBI agent. So the FBI was on to him. 12, access department computer system for non-duty related matters and conducted a query on a person. Same thing with 13, same thing with 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, did a lot of searches. Go down to 22, lied about accessing the minor's information. During an investigation, he said to somebody he was arresting, "God, you're so beautiful. I can't believe I am seatbelting you in." Attempted to convert an official on-duty contact into a social relationship when he contacted one of these women by telephone. Did some more contacting in allegation 25. On allegation 26, Officer Rumor removed 58 separate department documents from the workplace without proper authorization or official cause and failed to return them. 27, failed to make corrections to the department documents when directed to do so. 28, inappropriately and knowingly viewed, possessed photographic images which depicted individuals in youthful appearance, possibly minors, in various stages of 29, knowingly solicited and agreed to engage in an act of prostitution via email. Allegation 30, same thing. 31, same thing. 32, same thing. 33, inappropriately frequented, redacted, searching for 16 to 17-year-old minor females. 34, inappropriately frequented approximately 2,400 times. He went to some damn website looking at the kids and engaged in sexually explicit conversations with users who portrayed themselves as minor. He went there 2,400 times. 35, inappropriately registered with some website, and who knows what it is, and sent harassing messages of racist content with email accounts registered to him that caused the accounts to become suspended. So this guy was a racist troll on top of it and got his shit suspended. So those are 35 allegations, and it said, oh man, these things were sustained. It says allegations are recommended sustained. It was sustained. So all these were sustained. So they did search warrants at his residence, vehicles, and department locker. Items recovered during the service of the warrants included computer hard drives, laptop computers, and cellular phones. Additional search warrants were served in September 2009 and March 2010 on his personal email accounts. As a result of the warrants, it was confirmed that each of the email accounts were registered to Rumor, in which he used multiple screen names. Forensic examinations of the electronic equipment recovered from Rumor conducted. The examinations located evidence that supported that Rumor possessed the inappropriate images alleged in the complaint, that he did solicit individuals for acts of pandering and or prostitution, sent sexually explicit messages to a minor, posted harassing comments containing racist content. It was also discovered that he accessed something while on and off duty approximately 2,400 times, in which he engaged in sexually explicit conversations with individuals who portrayed themselves as minors. A separate audit conducted by the Department of Justice confirmed that Rumor, on numerous occasions, accessed the department computer to inquire about former girlfriends. Rumor provided, they were probably real young too. They're probably real young. Rumor provided a false statement to IAG investigators related to accessing department computer. Former arrestee of Rumors alleged that Rumor made inappropriate comments to her and later attempted to convert a contact into an off-duty relationship. While Rumor denied this, witnesses' statements supported it. Despite the service of the warrants on his residence in 2009, investigators recovered and itemized 58 separate department documents that Rumor was unauthorized to possess. So he's just basically going through people's personal stuff he's not even supposed to be accessing. He's doing it anyway, illegally, or at least out of policy. The preponderance of the evidence supports that Rumor committed the alleged acts of misconduct. Rumor's actions occurred both on and off duty, right? If you're soliciting somebody for sex while you're on duty, then that's coercion. And you end up having sex with them. And to me, that sounds a lot like sexual assault, right? The nature of the allegations, we don't know that yet. We gotta go through here and see the details. The nature of the allegations are so egregious that they necessitate being heard by the Board of Rights hearing, which means they were going to fire him. Officer is not eligible for demotion or downgrade. Actions taken. Officer was assigned to home during the investigations. Recommended to hear by the Board of Rights. Blah 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 blah. Disclaimer: complaint investigations are deemed to be confidential. Penal code. Blah 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 blah. Let's see. It said he had sex with a child, didn't he say? Yeah, it says here. Well, it says here that he bragged about having a sexual encounter with a 14-year-old girl. Real nice, Rumor. Real nice. Do you have a family? Do they know about this? Oh, he was reassigned to Frust. Is that Detective Frust? There's two Frusts. Frus. There's a guy and a woman. I don't know. Might have been a woman. If it's a guy, he's a piece of shit. I know him personally. He was a part of one of my arrests, but he investigated for the. No, I assume it's probably the female lady. The female lady. A little redundant there. I just want to see if it did have sex with a kid. If he did, I mean, he's possessing pornographic images of depicting children, right? Isn't that a crime? Am I missing something here? Isn't that a crime? His iPhone, private account. Wasn't able to retrieve any deleted files. Oh, he said, I need Cutie to see me tug it. This guy. He agreed to pay. Oh, a 17-year-old. She said she was 17-year-old. He continued the email conversation. Said he'd meet her afterward and agreed her to pay $25 for a hand job. He indicated he was a 22-year-old, seeking 16 to 17-year-olds. He received account warnings about possible suspensions. Yeah, he admits looking at children's pictures. He corresponded with numerous females to the internet who represented themselves as adults and others as minors. He admitted to soliciting them to prostitution, but later stated his intent was not to follow through with the act of the prostitution, but rather gather dialogue for his book. You know, he's doing a book. Oh, God. Doing a book. Book. Who are you fooling, buddy? Posted these messages to embarrass him. Oh, what is he talking about? I'm just trying to skim through this because I just want to get right to it. He agreed to engage in a sex act of pandering when he communicated with a user via the internet who portrayed themselves as 14. Oh. He agreed to act of prostitution. He inappropriately engaged in a sexual act with a 14-year-old minor. That's what it says here. He says, Rumor admitted that he told one, possibly two, that he orally copulated, but he denied it actually occurred. All right, so he's denying it actually occurred. He claims So I don't know. I don't know if there's necessarily. Seems like, hey, listen. It seems like possessing pornographic material of a child is against the law. He should have been arrested for that, right? But he wasn't. In fact, this guy. Rumor was allowed to just resign quietly. Just resign. Just resign quietly, go away. For all we know, he could be working at another police department. I'll be honest with you. I do a lot of background searches and stuff. I can't find anything on this guy. I've been looking for a picture of him. His name's Paul Rumor, right? Just want to make sure I get the right name. So, yeah, Paul Rumor. I can show you his Twitter account. You guys want to see his Twitter account? The reason why I can show you his Twitter account is because this guy sent a threatening message. That's right. Hold on. Let me pull up this message. He sent a... Ooh, I just got good intel on a politician, where they're going to be in the coming days. Not going to say which one. Certain. There's two that I really can't stand. So you can figure it out. So anyway, my guy Who's That Cop went and posted about this guy Paul Rumor on Twitter, and this guy Paul Rumor sent a message back. He is pissed. He doesn't want anybody knowing about this information. This information we're showing right here, he just absolutely does not want anybody to know about it, and that's why we're showing it, motherfucker. Of course you want to keep it quiet. Now you're going to sit there and you're going to get that Streisand effect. You want to try to suppress this information. Let's put your punk ass on blast. And it says here, this is from Paul Rumor. He even used his real fucking name. Paul Rumor 182761. He was on December 4th. He said, I'd like you to remove these false allegations about me that were provided to the LAPD by a female. I'm asking you to remove this before I seek legal counsel. None of this is true or proven. You are making a mistake. Listen, my guy. Let me pull this up again. Pull this up again. My guy, Mr. Rumor. I want to show you something, mister. Hey, mister. Now, he's talking about these false allegations, right? Making these threats at the legal counsel. You know what? Don't take it up with us. Don't take it up with Who's That Cop. What does that say there on the screen? That says internal affairs. This is the LAPD's files. These are their findings. They're the ones that recommended a sustained complaint. And then it was sustained because it was then sent to the Board of Rights. And your punk ass went and resigned or retired. Who knows which one it was. Your punk ass went and resigned before you can go to the Board of Rights. But they already found your dumb ass guilty. And you want to make these threats like you better take it down because these are unsubstantiated, not according to internal affairs, not according to the LAPD, and not according to a lot of your own words, because it seems like when I go through here, you're admitting to it. So you want to make these little bluff ass threats. You better take it down before I seek. Go get your legal counsel. I'm going to post this again on Twitter tonight. I'm going to post this again. I'm going to tag you in it. Make sure you you come and you seek legal counsel. You come against me. You want to try to quiet somebody. And now, because you want to run your goddamn mouth, we're going to make it a whole fucking thing. A whole thing. Your bitch ass. Let me show you this punk again. Paul Rumor. If anybody can come up with a picture for this guy, ex-LAPD cop Paul Rumor, I want his picture. Look at the response they sent to him. They said, take it up with LAPD. And it's true. He's like, I would like you to remove, well, you would like a lot of things. They're not going anywhere. And then you're saying they're false allegations. Again, not according to LAPD. according to the LAPD, guilty. Take it up with them. And they were provided to the LAPD by a female. What the fuck does that even mean? It was provided to them by a female. What the fuck are you even talking about? They did a search warrant of your shit. They went through your laptops, your phones, all your shit. They went through your email accounts and found all your little freaky ass accounts. That's you. So if you guys know Paul Rumor, this guy, you know who he is. Reach out to me. filmthepolicela@gmail.com, or you can send me a DM on Twitter, filmthepolicela, on TikTok, FTPLA, on Instagram, filmthepolicela. Send me a message if you know this guy, if you're a neighborhood of his. Let me, give me some information on this guy. If you can get me a picture of him, get me a picture of him. I think it's important. The public needs to know about this predator. And you're a predator, Paul. You're a predator. You want to fucking suppress this information. You want to quiet somebody too fucking bad. You want to make a whole thing out of it now. You want to run your mouth and make these little empty ass threats. These empty ass threats. Fuck you and your threats. Fuck your threats. If I find out now I know you're a whole ass fucking predator, because who knows what has happened since you left LAPD. And that's another thing that bothers me. Let me see if I can pull this up real quickly. Is it on here? I hit the wrong damn button. Hold on. Turn that shit down. I hit the wrong button. Can you guys see? Am I back? All right. I just want to see something here. California. Give me 1 second here. Certification. All right. So this is the post list. This lists all the, when you become a police officer in California, you have to be certified by the state. So they also have the ability to decertify you. And if you're decertified, then you can't work as a police officer anywhere in the state. And I think it's more than just police officers. I believe it's even includes, I might be wrong. Anyway, so what is this guy's name? Rumor. Let's scroll down, see if we can find this guy. See if he's been decertified. And that's the thing, right? So see, and that's the thing. He's not even decertified. This predator cop, he's not even listed on as being decertified. Like, listen, I can show you here. Let me show you. Oh man, I should show you. We should do a video on this guy next. Podkowski's been where did I see him? Could have swore I just saw it. Look at that. Podkowski. This is like I put this guy through hell, but he got suspended. Actually, right after I'm done with this, we'll go into that one. But he's not even decertified. This guy has committed these crimes. And even if not crimes, if it's a severe violation, you can decertify the cop. If a cop lies under oath, you can decertify him. You're trying to tell me the LAPD didn't even go through the steps to make sure this guy can't work as a police officer anywhere else? They did it for a reason. And that's because LAPD likes to sweep this stuff under the rug. They always love sweeping this stuff under the rug. They're like, oh, no, we don't want to sit there and put our business on blast. So, yeah, we're going to let you resign just quietly, slip away. And what they're doing is a huge disservice to the community because you're putting this predator back out there. He's not being held accountable. What? He was allowed to resign. How does it hurt him? And he moves on to the next thing. And he's obviously, whatever he's doing, he does not want anybody to know about this information because he's going after Who's That Cop. Make sure you follow Who's That Cop on Twitter and on TikTok, I believe, too. They're sending these threatening messages that you better take that down. Again, listen, you're gonna come at any of us like that, like you better do this. Now it's gonna be the exact opposite. Now I'm gonna hammer your punk ass as much as possible. I'm gonna find a picture. If you guys know who Paul Rumor is, send me a message. I want a picture of this guy. Once I get a picture of him, I can then run him through facial recognition and find all his pictures and everything. But I need to start. I need one. I don't have one right now. So do that. Lane says, how much is ASL paying you? Lane, shut the fuck up. You're a weirdo. This is a guy who he used to be in that one Discord that I didn't even use. He uses it. A little girl. Fucking weirdo. How much is he paying you? Just you're mad about your boy taking a hike? Fuck him too. Let me get rid of this guy. Say goodbye to Lane, guys. Stay out of my chat with that bullshit, especially my film the police stuff. Don't bring your little weirdo Scientology shit over my stuff. The fuck out of here. Same thing with Paul Rumor. All right. So now I just saw that Richard Podkowski is decertified, temporarily decertified. Let me pull up. Let me show you some information on this cop. The one thing I love about my cop watching stuff is, generally speaking, the people who file this stuff are normal ass people. Scientology stuff is full of just nothing but head cases, like that guy Lane right there. Weirdos who take this stuff way too seriously. Guys take this stuff way too seriously. You just live in this shit through YouTube. You're weird. My thing is, talking about Aaron's, what is Aaron's paying me for what? Your boy ran his fucking mouth. You want to bring my name into your mouth and look where he's at right now. Well, I told you. He can come back if he wants. I told you what was going to end up happening. I told you that shit. Motherfucker's going to be leaving. Watch. He runs off every person, then you're like, oh, I'm going to simp for him. This guy's Lane flating him. I said, your boy ran off. Let me pull this up. Podkowski. So this guy who I was showing there, who's been decertified, he actually got arrested maybe a year ago. Podkowski. Let me see. Matter of fact, he is the partner of Jose Quintanilla. Remember the guy who called me a black fool? Podkowski was his partner. Not that night when he called me the black fool, but on previous nights. Yeah, you're gonna see the craziest people in the world are male Scientology fans, protest fans who get emotional, like Lane. I can't imagine during my off time I sit around just like in people's chats all day long with Scientology related content. But it's you got Lane. You know, his thing is if he wasn't doing this, he'd be watching Days of Our Lives and some Reddit chat talking about that. Like I said, your boy ran his fucking mouth about me. You put my name in your mouth, and look where you at now. You on next thing you know what happens? Your bitch ass is crying on camera. That's what happens. I know that guy ran every one of these people. Listen, I built something out where it was healthy and there was a core of 20, 30 people and there was lots of people around it. I built that up. This guy comes, he had it handed to him. Here, I'm stepping away. I'm going to do my other things. This is all yours. And in a matter of months, just destroyed it. And then you're supposed to feel bad for that guy who destroyed it, who ran every person off. What are his accomplishments? Like I said, that test center, that motherfucker's closed. Closed today, closed all the time. What did he accomplish? Where is Podkowski at? Podkowski was a dirty fucking cop. No. Why is this so hard to find? Ah, here we go. Bitch ass. All right. So this is Richard Podkowski. This is the cop that was decertified.
Was involved. Block away from the stop, I recognized the officers involved. It took about a minute before the officers recognized me. 90 seconds later.
You see there, as soon as he looked up, he was searching the car, right? And he looked up and saw me there. That was the look on his face. He knew. He knew. I've run over this guy so many times. I told him he was a piece of shit cop. And he was conducting an illegal search.
The officers recognized me. 90 seconds later, the search came to a completion, and it was at that point the officers started removing the cuffs. While removing the cuffs from...
So you notice there, as soon as he saw me, he walked over and said something, and then immediately watch. He walks over,
the subject,
walks over, and immediately started taking the handcuffs off.
One of the officers reached in and whispered to the subjects, "Don't talk to him," referring to me. Now, here's the thing. If an officer is confident in their policing, they shouldn't have to tell subjects regarding the incident story. Why? History with these two officers. That is Officer Podkowski and Officer Quintanilla.
So these guys were visiting. They're in front of a hotel. These guys were visiting from Dallas in front of the hotel. They're on Whitley, north of Hollywood Boulevard. I believe it's a Super 8 motel. And they were outside of the car. Their car was parked. Cops pull up. That car is a rental car. Cops pull up and said, "Your registration is expired." That's what he said. He said, "Your registration expired." Put them in handcuffs and search the car, even though they were outside of the car. And the registration was not expired. It was a rental car. I even have a picture of the sticker showing that it had not expired. In fact, I believe it was like it had 10 months left on the registration. It was a brand new 2-month-old registration, but he lied. He said it was expired. Searched the car, didn't find anything. They were just there with a little, I think it was a bulldog hanging out with them. And then reaches, when he's taking the handcuffs off, I can see him whispering to one of the guys. The guy told me afterwards, he said, yeah, see that guy over there? He follows us around. Don't talk to him. Yeah, I'll play it. Yes. That's Quintanilla. Remember the guy who called me a black fool? That's him right there. The greasy hair. Look like he has gorilla glue in his hair. See how he just whispered to them? Watch this. See how he's whispering? Actually, look before that. Watch him closely. He looks at me and he whispers. He whispers. Telling him don't say anything. Basically, I'm letting you guys go. Remember, within 90 seconds of me getting there and realizing it, the cuffs started coming off. And he looks at me, then reaches over and whispers at them. Of course, he thought that these guys weren't going to tell me. So they try to do a thing afterwards. Is once the handcuffs come off, the cops set up a wall between me and these guys. They didn't want me to go over there and talk to them. I was like, man, I'm going to walk right through you motherfuckers. I actually put the phone down to let them know this is not about filming. I'm going to fight. One of us is going to get out of the way. I'm walking right here. You can either get out of my way or we're going to go chest to chest and whatever happens. I'm going to get arrested. Fine. I'm walking, and he moved the last second to let these kids know that I'm not scared of him. You don't need to be scared either. Tell me what your story was, and we'll do something about this.
You're going on the train to the USA gas station. One shot was fired at her vehicle.
You had your dog. They probably had your dog too.
So I put the phone in my pocket, but I kept the recording so you could pick up the audio.
What was it for? What was the ticket for? I write them up. Like these cops, I know them. They know what's up. They're gonna get written up for this. They're not supposed to have you in handcuffing this unless there's a likelihood of arrest and transport back to the station. They put people in handcuffs as part of regular routine. They're not supposed to do that. So if it's for weed or a registration, they're not supposed to do that. They probably searched your car, probably even went under your hood too. Did they search your car? Uh-huh. They went under the hood? What was the ticket? Registration. Can you imagine? Okay, so registration, if you was in Beverly Hills, you think they doing all that? You get pulled over for registration? So they know what's up. I'm filing a complaint on them for this. I do it on these specific cops. I filed at least 12 of these complaints.
Yeah, that's why he was just telling us don't talk to you because you follow them around.
He said don't talk to me?
Yeah.
Which one said it? The redhead?
The one that was talking.
He said don't talk to me?
Yeah.
When it was over?
Yeah, just there. He was like, that guy's right there recording, so don't talk to him. That's why he leaned in and just whispering when he was taking the cuffs off.
Well, I file a complaint on that too. I mean, come on, that's outrageous, right? And you know, I'm gonna tell you what I do. I filmed 600 of these stops, handcuffs. So it was that blonde cop who said,
this is a wrong car.
this boulevard right here, that will never happen to you. The rest of LA, it's just right along here. This task force that's along here, they're about to get cut. And they're trying to justify their job. It's like, they're just definitely looking for guns.
The task force that works on there, the Hollywood HED, when I first started cop watching, they had 70 people assigned to it within like 18 months after me just exposing these fools. It was cut from 70 down to 20, 21 or 23. Who knows what it is now? It might have gone back up. But my thing was, we reduced the number of cops in the HED tremendously. At the same time, crime went down. And that's a story that they don't want to have told. They don't want to say, hey, damn, we reduced the number of cops and the crime went down. Because they need crime to justify their workforce, their man hours.
Everything they do is looking for guns. So they do it like
second time they pulled me over talking about is It's way out of.
This is a rental car.
Yeah. The fucking tag say
The tags were legit.
Oh my god.
I'm reacting.
Wait. So it was that blonde cop who said, "Don't talk to me."
Yeah.
He said, "Don't talk to me."
They don't talk.
I know that sounded kind of weird, right? And I've heard them say that before,
But
but
I seen you recording, and when I seen you record, I felt more comfortable. Then that's when he whispered, he was like, "Oh yeah, he's over there. He always follows us around. Don't talk to him."
and you know what? I don't feel the easiest thing is I just went to Starbucks here.
Right.
This is all I do. I live over here. I walk down there, and I just bump into these things.
Right.
It's not like I'm out here chasing all the times of night, but this is what they do all night long, and this ain't right, man. Come on. What in your life you ever been handcuffed for a registration? Can I take a picture of that ticket, too?
And
I'll get that ticket squashed for you. I work with a lawyer.
Nah, he said it ain't a ticket. It's just a warning.
Oh, warning.
And still though, my thing is, how in the world they double back and say they got up for registration, then say they see marijuana containers in the car, and it ain't nothing but the tray right there.
Wait, I want to see, what is the violation even for?
There was no marijuana.
You
don't even know.
Registration.
He said registration.
They say registration because they say we could put this car is 6 months behind or some shit. They could tow it.
It was a lie.
He got
It's some bullshit. Cause y'all, why wouldn't you tow it if you could? Like, why are you giving me a break? Because it's parked.
The car was parked.
violation. So they put
The
the
rental
car.
car.
Yeah, you know we don't have to move it, so
And I looked at the sticker on
I
it.
mean, shit, I'll move.
I'm hoping I posted the sticker.
This car ain't moving. You go
why he needed it, look.
We just been sitting here. This car ain't moving in about 2-3 hours. This car ain't moving. You go.
Why he being on police? I'm looking. That's what I said. I said, bro, they from.
It's brand new.
That's
That's why I thought
said,
it's
bro, they
sticker.
from
that's why I told her. I said, oh,
And you know the crazy part about that sticker is it's brand new. It just got done 2 months ago.
And they talking about registration. And the thing is, you know what? Everything's closed right now. All the clubs are closed. All the bars are barely open. Nothing's open. And what are y'all? Early 20s?
yeah.
What the fuck? When I'm 46. When I was 20s, I'd be at the clubs, the bars, hanging out. Nothing's open. So what are you supposed to do? They trying to shut down like what little you can do. Nobody's, they picking on the wrong people. You ain't out here doing no fucking problem.
My shit was like, come on. 3 cars. Talking about you ran the tag.
You want to go out.
Crazy that they be doing that.
And that's
I just ran the tag that fast though. Talking about you ran the tag. No, you did not.
He didn't run the tag.
He didn't run a tag.
He was making assumptions.
Yeah,
and he
that's-
thought,
yeah, that's what
and
it
he
was.
wanted to go over that. He was gonna find. He worried about making an excuse afterwards. He wanted to get you guys in handcuffs and search.
Yeah.
And then afterwards, we're worried about it.
He thought he was gonna find something that he ain't have. We ain't got nothing. We ain't from here.
So yeah, you see my guy Podkowski, Richard Podkowski, he essentially just said, I just want to stop these guys and go through their shit, and did it. And then afterwards said, yeah, the registration was expired, but I'm gonna cut you some slack on the registration because I think you guys are a nice guy, even though the registration was perfectly fine. The car was perfectly legal. There was no reason for that stop. There certainly wasn't probable cause for a search. Probable cause of a search search needs probable cause of a crime, of a misdemeanor or a felony. None of that is going on there. Anyway, so that's Podkowski. Podkowski has now been temporarily decertified. Let me show you why. So I've been telling people about this guy for years, that he is a piece of shit. I'm telling you, you have no idea. This guy has just always been a problem. Then they should just listen to me when I'm off-duty LAPD officer arrested for alleged assault with a deadly weapon. An off-duty police officer, LAPD police officer, was arrested Tuesday morning for alleged assault with a deadly weapon in a residential neighborhood just outside LAX, Los Angeles International Airport. What the fuck is he doing over there right outside of LAX? If you're from here, you know what I'm talking about. Like, how do you just hang out over there, just like right outside of LAX? What the fuck are you doing outside of LAX? Right outside of LAX, you're up to something. You're up to something. 60-year veteran Richard Podkowski was arrested at 5:20 a.m. 5:20 in the morning near LAX, according to booking records. LAPD were responding to a call from a community member when they took Podkowski into custody after investigators completed an initial inquiry. So LAPD cop was arrested by the LAPD. An LAPD spokesperson said no one was hospitalized because of the incident and declined to discuss the type of weapon used or the circumstances of the assault. Why don't you tell us? Tell us what the fuck happened. Was it a gun? Was it a knife? Give us something to work with. Department's Internal Affairs Division began its own investigation that day, and Podkowski was placed on paid administrative leave. According to the spokesperson, Podkowski had been assigned to the West Bureau. West Bureau is here, which covers the communities of Hollywood, West LA, Pacific, Wilshire, and Olympic areas. He's free on $30,000 bail. So the last conversation I had with Podkowski was I was in a police station filing complaints, and he decided he wanted to strike up a conversation. He was at the front desk. And he said, "Do you ever go cop watching over in the Southeast Division?" I said, "Nah." He's like, "You don't want to go over there." He's like, "That's where I was a rookie at." And he said, "If you don't like the way I police now, then you won't like it over there." To me, that was an admission that he knows he's a fucked up cop. That's an admission, or whatever. And in the middle of that conversation, they shut down a police station because they just had a police shooting over at the corner of Hollywood and Highland. They shot a homeless guy who was dancing. He had a knife, and they shot him in the stomach. And that was the last time I talked to him. But yeah, no, this arrest happened in when? May of last year. Here we are about 8 months later, and he's still temporarily decertified, which means the charges are still pending, I would guess. Let's see. Let's see if it's still pending. One second, guys. Oh, come on. $829. All right. I gotta know when his next court day is. Find out his next court day. I might have to show up and see how he's doing. Matter of fact, one of the times when I was arrested by the police, falsely arrested, Podkowski was right there. He was in the hallway when I was chained to the desk. And he said to me, he's like, fuck you. Where is it at? State of California versus Richard Podkowski. Why am I not? Why am I not seeing anything in here for it? I'm gonna have to do some more research into this because I'm not seeing his case. Trying different databases to see if I can find California. No. I don't know. I'm not finding this stuff. I'm gonna have to do some more research. Anyway, how long are we going for? An hour and 20 minutes. Guys, I didn't get into the other case of the killer cop. I'll save that for tomorrow night. Me, I just want to get some rest. Oh, God. Amber says, your podcast is embarrassing. Your mods are disgusting. Oh, God. Oh, Amber. Say bye to Amber, guys. Amber's very hurt, but hurt Amber. Anyway, I'm going to end it for the night. We'll be back again tomorrow. Remember, I will be interviewing my good friend Audit LA on my Scientology audit channel once a week to talk about just different updates. And yeah. All right. Shout out to the mods. And I will see you guys tomorrow night.